Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Crypto Crow, and I will be right back after this brief disclaimer. We're going to get busy. All right, so I'll let my scrolling disclaimer take care of the rest from there. Now, you're going to see behind me a chart. This is a Bitcoin chart on a 4-hour time frame. And you're going to notice that we dropped significantly from 92.17. We're already back down. We've wicked down to as low as 76.28. There are a lot of traders, a lot of crypto enthusiasts, and a lot of newcomers to the space that are seeing this and they're freaking out. FUD, if you will. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And here's the thing. I'm targeting this video to newcomers to crypto because I honestly think this is a perfect opportunity to explain the value of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology overall. But also, this opportunity right now is giving everybody what I consider to be a very powerful buy-in and accumulation opportunity. I've used that word quite a bit already. Can you tell that this is actually an opportunity? So here's the thing. We're still trailing down. I mean, we could see $7,000, okay, in Bitcoin before things happen. Now, if you are new, I'm going to assume that you're completely new to cryptocurrency watching this video, because if my subscribers and the people that watch this video and understand what I'm saying and believe the message is true, I'm going to hope that they've taken this video and they're linking it all over the place to try and help you, the newcomer, better understand what's happening and better understand the opportunity that's staring you right in the face, okay? If somebody sent you this video, it's probably because they like you and they want to see you do well financially in the future. Now, here's the thing. For those of you that don't understand cryptocurrency, ultimately it's been set on a 4-year cycle since inception in 2009. When Bitcoin first came about, it was a brand new technology, blockchain, if you will. And I'm not here to educate you on everything that blockchain is, but it is a groundbreaking, very industry disrupting technology that ultimately has the ability and the means to eliminate the middlemen in financial transactions through a trustless system. The ability to send value, financial value, from point A to point B anywhere on the globe for next to nothing, for very, very limited fees, and virtually instantly, depending on the blockchain and the number of confirmations required for that blockchain transaction to conclude, okay? So that being said, right now we're at 76, well, we're actually a little lower now, but let's just say 7,700, okay? We touched the market high in the last bull run was 20,000, okay? And in that was the peak, okay? That was back in 2018. From there, we dropped all the way down to a low of $3,100. Bitcoin went to as low as I think it was $3,100. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change this to a weekly, and I'm going to open it up a bit. So yeah, here we go. I'm going to just show you this. I wasn't preparing to do this, but I think it'll give you a much better idea. So this is a $20,000 high. Now these candles here are weekly. All right, we touched down here. Yeah, it was about 3,100 thereabouts. And since then, this was back in December of 2018 when we dropped to this low. Okay, so in 2 years' time, which is a part of the bear market, so this was December, so this is right when we changed over. So it started here. We had a 2-year bear market. We're now at 2020. We've hit as high as $13,700, around 14 grand, and we've come back down, and we've recently started to move back up. What do you see here? You see volatility. And in the grand scheme of things, this little dip here is actually not a big deal. Throughout a bull market, you will notice that there are actually multiple periods of time where we had up to a 40% pullback in price action in Bitcoin, All right. Now, Bitcoin overall leads the cryptocurrency market. It's the grand poobah of them all. Now, in that, we also have the altcoin market. Altcoins are basically anything not Bitcoin, which also means, in a lot of cases, better technology, less fees, faster transactions, more transactions per second on the blockchain, bigger blocks, whatever. Okay. There are a lot of altcoins that are going to do very, very well in this next bull market that we're in. Now, what you're going to see here is this yellow line. This is the next halving. Okay. The halving is when Bitcoin's mining yield is cut in half, and it happens every 4 years. This yellow line here is the last halving that we had. Prior to that, we had another one down here. Another pattern that you'll notice quite easily is that we have a lot of volatility through an uptrend leading into a halving. And from there, we go into a full-blown bull market where the price ultimately just accelerates. Okay? It happened after every one of these halvings. And prior to the halving, given the circumstances of the market at the time, you see some blue. These are weekly candles. This here, in the last halving, let's say that was a 25%, 26% drop just prior to the last halving, or not the last halving, but that particular halving. Now, let's look at where we're at with this halving that seems to be freaking a lot of people out. And we'll start there. So we're at about 26% drop. It's the same damn thing that's happened in the past prior to a bull or prior to the halving, okay? So, and I'm only telling you this, not because I'm explaining this to you so that you understand that all of these things that happen in Bitcoin's price action in a bull market or in a market cycle are very, very common. It's not the end of anything, okay? The price is going to come back. And when it does, this action, this activity here, and what I consider now to be a very, very strong buying opportunity means that you're going to be able to get into the market when there's blood in the streets and ultimately generate some significant gains throughout the next 2 years, which is when I think the market will peak out, probably somewhere around the first week of January of 2021. The name of the game at this point is accumulating as much of the best projects that you believe in with the best liquidity being the ability to get in and out of a position quickly without having to be stuck with bags that you're not able to trade due to low trading volume on any exchange, okay? When you see a market like this and you go and you look at the 7-day losses and it's just a lot of red, that's what we consider to be blood in the streets. That in a lot of ways is a buying opportunity, okay? Now, as a new crypto trader, you're thinking, Crow, I don't know anything about this stuff. What the hell am I supposed to do? Where do I go? Where can I buy this stuff? I don't have a lot of money, okay? So, what I'm going to tell you, the easiest and one of the first places to go is below in my description. I have a link. It's an affiliate link, okay? It's cryptocrow.io/recommends/Coinbase. Clicking that link will send you to this page. When you're at this page, when you set up your account and you verified yourself, you're going to get $10 in free Bitcoin, okay? It's something they've done for years. Not only that, but I will too. It's always nice. Now, one of the first things I would recommend you doing is this whole earn up to $166 worth of crypto. I won't get any of this. This is all for you. But I highly encourage you to do this because you're going to be basically earning Tezos, EOS, Stellar Lumens, and more. This is going to give you a nice start to a portfolio while you're getting an education on what the blockchain technology is all about and how these different blockchain projects are utilizing blockchain and or developing their own, and how those use cases are going to be useful to you and me and everyone else that you bring into crypto through these courses. As you're taking these courses, you're going to get links that you're also going to be able to send to friends and family that are ultimately going to help them do the same thing you're doing. Now, once you've done that, I would honestly, I've done another video on this channel where I've explained how you could turn this $166 worth of crypto into, like, I don't know, a couple thousand, a few grand. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I did all the math and I was working through it. And I'm like, at the peak of the market, I mean, this could be worth, you know, several grand. Okay. Now, a couple things that I want to address here. Once you've set up your Coinbase account, and so you understand too, Coinbase is a U.S. regulated cryptocurrency exchange. They don't list garbage for the most part, and they focus on projects with the highest amount of decentralization and the least likelihood of being considered a security by U.S. law. U.S. security laws are still extremely vague, and I think that nobody really knows what a security is and what isn't in the market. They have guidelines that were written for cornfields and such back in the 30s, but they don't really mean as much in the state of cryptocurrency. Now, the U.S. government is closing in and they're working through their regulatory guidance on the matter, but it has been a very, very cloudy sky since inception, okay? And they're still working through it. Now, that being said, Coinbase is one of the most trusted exchanges on the market. It's not the biggest, but that's not necessarily what I care about for you. What I care about is your security. I care about your ease of access in and out of positions. Coinbase is one of the best opportunities, and I know this sounds like a Coinbase commercial and it's not, but ultimately Coinbase is one of the best opportunities for you to gain in this opportunity, specifically for, well, a couple of different reasons. Number one, the vast majority of newcomers to the crypto space start at Coinbase. So what does that mean for you? Well, it means easier liquidity in and out of positions. What it doesn't mean is the ability to buy every crap coin on the market because they don't list them. You want to buy every crap coin on the market, you go to Binance. And you can make significant trading returns buying and trading on Binance because they list just about everything. However, it's much more likely that you're going to get caught up in crap coin bags that were pump and dumps, or basically anything can happen. There are thousands of cryptocurrencies on the market. Coinbase focuses on what they believe are going to be the most successful, have the most use case. Now, I'm going to break down 5 cryptocurrencies that you're going to be able to access and buy on Coinbase, starting with $1,000. Okay. Now, before I get into this, I want to make sure that you understand I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not licensed for anything. I'm just some guy on the internet. Okay. This is all based on my own personal opinion, personal calculations, my own experience in crypto so far since 2017. Everything that I've learned, I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of the cryptocurrency market. But to my knowledge, there isn't even a license that I can get to do what I do. Okay. And I'm not going to go study for a Series 7 exam studying traditional markets that I couldn't give less shits about. And that's just kind of where I'm at. Hopefully they come out with something focusing on blockchain technology, which would be really nice because I would pursue that. Another thing that I want to address is I wouldn't consider using the app just yet. There are reports of new malware that are targeting cryptocurrency exchange applications on your mobile phones and then using those applications to access your two-factor codes. And until that's remedied, or until these have been addressed publicly by the different exchanges that they've figured out ways to thwart these efforts, I would stick to just doing it online. The apps are very convenient. You can chance it if you want. And if you do this, if you do use one of these apps, I would advise using something else to contain your two-factor. I would always use two-factor, okay? Always set up Google two-factor authentication. Do not use SMS authentication because that can be hacked. Focus on Google two-factor authentication. And if I were you, I would advise using it on an offline device, such as an iPod or an iPad or something that is not connected to the internet through Wi-Fi or something of that nature. Okay. It can every once in a while if you're downloading things or something like that. But I have multiple devices and I personally prefer using stuff that is not connected through Wi-Fi ever. But I do encourage you to use two-factor when you have your account set up. All right. Now, here we go. We're going to look at some of these projects and I'm going to explain some things. Now, I'm going to assume you've got $1,000. All right. And I've done videos like this in the past, but this is with a little bit of a different motive. Okay. Now, if I had $1,000, number one, I would have focused on diversifying my portfolio. And I know you hear that all the time. It's almost like it's what everybody says in any, whether you're traditional market investing, crypto investing, whatever. Especially in the cryptocurrency realm, anything could happen to any given project on the market. Anything. And what I would encourage you to do, and this is ultimately how I'm focusing this video. I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger here. There we go. Not that I need to be, but I might as well fill up the space with something pretty. I'm just kidding. All right. So you got $1,000 you're investing on Coinbase. You want to divide that into 5 projects just to start off with a fairly diversified portfolio. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. If I were to divide that $1,000 into 5 projects, that gives me $200 to invest into each of them. So what I've done is I've taken 5 projects based off of their break-even multiples, and I've calculated what the potential earnings will be once these particular projects reach their original all-time high at the peak of the last bull market. All of these projects are available on Coinbase right now. Number 1 is Stellar Lumens. It's XLM is the ticker. $200 worth of Stellar Lumens right now at 4 cents, which is where the price is currently sitting at, would be about 5,000 Stellar Lumens tokens. Its original all-time high was, I think, 90-something cents. Okay. Yeah, Stellar Lumens, it's currently trading about 4 cents. Its original all-time high was 93 cents with a break-even multiple of 19.2x. Its cycle low is 4 cents. So this is close to as low as it's ever been. Up since its low, 15.65%. Now that's currently, okay? So when I'm looking at this, I'm basically saying right now you can get it at 4 cents. Its original all-time high was 98 cents. That was at a peak of about an $800 billion total cryptocurrency market cap. I believe wholeheartedly, and I didn't calculate this in because I didn't want this video to look so outrageous. I wanted this to be very realistic based off of what's happened and where we're at and where I expect us to be. That being said, Stellar Lumens is likely going to surpass its original all-time high in this next bear or bull market over the next year to 2 years, likely peaking out again somewhere around the first week of January of 2021, which has been pretty much where a lot of these market peaks end up. Okay. However, I do believe that there's a very strong likelihood that not only are we going to meet and exceed that $800 billion total market cap in the next 2 years, but we're going to peak out somewhere. We could peak. I've done a video. There's another video in this on my channel where I explain the potential for a $9.5 trillion market cap, a total cryptocurrency market cap at the peak of this next cycle. I believe that's possible. However, what could end up being more realistic is somewhere around $3.5 trillion market cap. Okay. Right now we're at like, a few hundred billion. So when you're calculating these original all-time highs, this is doing nothing but taking the original all-time high at the peak of the last market, which was around $800 billion. And at that value, you're looking at $4,650 in potential profit by investing $200 into Stellar Lumens right now. That's it. This could very easily be triple that amount over the next 2 years. And I'm not kidding. Okay? Now that that's explained, I'm just going to go through the next ones. Dash. Dash is one of the most sought after masternode coins on the market, plain and simple. Basically, with $200, you can buy almost 3 Dash at $70.42 each. Okay? Now, its original all-time high was substantially higher than that. Dash's all-time high was $1,642. That's a 23x multiple, okay? So basically, by buying Dash right now at $70, when it gets back to its original all-time high, your money will have multiplied 23.5 times. These are the numbers that are making cryptocurrency investors rich. This is why we have 17-year-old multimillionaires all over the globe. This is why people have been so bullish on cryptocurrency for the longest time. And the early adopters that got in when a lot of this stuff was at ICO are basically no longer to be seen because they're off drinking Mai Tais and wherever. Okay, so next on the list, we're looking at Zcash, which is basically a big, I mean, Zcash is real, you know, I want you to dive in to some of these projects and learn what they are and what they're about. They're all very different. But Zcash, 4.94 Zcash right now with $200 at $40.41 each. At its all-time high, you're looking at $4,709. 0x. $200 worth will get you about $952 at 21 cents. You're looking at a potential profit of $23.80. And then Kyber Network, which I've seen get really strong gains and when the market's pumping, I'm seeing Kyber Network really do well. At 67 cents, you're getting 298 of those. At its original all-time high, you're looking at 1788. Now, your total profit is basically you invest $1,000. When the market gets back to its original all-time high for these particular projects, you're looking at $17,190 in return. You're looking at a total of $18,190. You subtract your $1,000 and you've got $17,000 left in profit. Now, again, I want to explain that this is something that I believe this to be wholeheartedly probable, let alone possible. But again, I'm not licensed for any of this stuff. I'm just an idiot on the internet. So don't trade just off of what I'm telling you, but look into it, okay? You want to make sure you verify your account on Coinbase. You want to make sure you set up two-factor on Coinbase. You want to complete the earning courses because it's going to give you a very, very good newcomer-friendly explanation as to what these particular projects are, what they're used for, why blockchain technology is great, how it's changing the world, so forth and so on. Use the links in the description to learn about projects. What I typically tell people is if you invest $1,000 and you want to make sure you don't lose it, when the market gets to a point where you're able to exit a percentage of your holdings and get to a break even while letting the rest ride until the market peaks, then you never lose, right? So you're investing in until you get to a certain point where you're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take the $1,000 out and I'm going to let the rest of my investment rise. Your earnings won't be as high, but it will be safer because at that point you're playing with money that, you know, it's not a loss. If the entire world ends after the day after, well, you didn't lose anything. But you know, the market cycles are fairly predictable, not on a day trade, not on a swing trade or a scalp trade, but long term, the cycles are pretty prevalent and it's very easy to see if you're looking at charts. And there's a lot of information to substantiate that, okay? You just have to look for it. I'm doing this video specifically so you don't have to do as much deep diving to understand what you can do with $1,000 to get started in the market at a time when it's likely, one of the most profitable periods I think we're going to see moving forward as we get closer to the halving. This opportunity is very likely going to be very short-lived. I'm telling you that now. Look at the first week of January 2021 for a peak of the market, which is a good liquidation opportunity. All-time highs are based off of the $800 billion market cap. Yield potential could be much higher. If we go into a $1 trillion market cap, $2 trillion, $3 trillion, well, a $3 trillion market cap, you're going to more than triple this off of the same investment. I'm not kidding, folks. This cycle up to $3.5 trillion market cap. And that, folks, is how you get started in investing in cryptocurrency and making potentially a substantial return on an investment. I'm not here to sell you securities. I'm not here to do any of that stuff. I'm not a financial advisor. I want to make that abundantly clear. I try to. I've done everything I can to basically have disclaimers everywhere outside of tattooing it on my forehead. Just because I never want to mislead anybody for any reason at any time. But I want to make sure that everybody knows I'm just a guy that does a lot of homework on cryptocurrencies and have been at this for a while. When I first got it and started in 2017 and I was investing in ICOs and I was doing a lot of this stuff, I've learned a lot of very valuable lessons over the last 2 years, over 2 years, and I like to share that information with everybody because, quite frankly, I want to see everybody do extremely well financially. As crypto, and my hope is that if you take part in this and you're investing some money and you're getting involved in the cryptocurrency space, that you will become somebody who helps educate others and bringing them in. This is where the idea of cryptocurrency being somewhat of a Ponzi scheme comes into play, right? It's because, okay, I'm going to buy a little of this cryptocurrency and then I'm going to go tell all my friends about it so they go buy it and it drives the price up for me, right? That's the whole idea of it being a Ponzi. That's not really the way it is. You're not robbing Peter to pay Paul in this. People are getting involved and they're investing just like any stock. If cryptocurrency were a Ponzi scheme, the traditional stock market is too, because it basically works the exact same way. So, I know that as newcomers, you've heard all sorts of craziness about the cryptocurrency market, and I'm not going to lie to you, it's very risky. The cryptocurrency market is still in its infancy. Even though Bitcoin has been around now 10 years, more than 10 years at this point, it is still all relatively new technology. And every single day, there are new use cases being released, and there are new opportunities for people to get into the space and take the technology a step further. And as that happens, more adoption is slowly coming in, and more people are getting involved. New engineers, new investors, project designers, you name it. There's going to come a day, whether it's in this decade or what, this decade is going to be absolutely insane. If you are trying to get involved in something that you want to invest and accumulate over time to retire in 10 years, let me tell you this, it's very likely, depending on what you put into the market, you won't need to invest for 10 years to be able to retire in cryptocurrency. This is like getting into Snapchat at 6 cents a share or Tesla at $1. I mean, that's basically where we're at in the cryptocurrency market. And until we reach a state of complete mass adoption, where cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is being utilized the world over in applications we don't even know, right? You just use something on your phone and you're using, like a Brave browser, for example. Brave browser, a fantastic browser built off of Chrome, and you can earn Brave basic attention token for free just by using it and listen and clicking an ad every now and then. Because otherwise, you're not going to be bombarded with advertising. It blocks everything. So basic attention token right now is trading at 18 cents. Its all-time high was 98 cents. It's likely going to get substantially higher than that the more and more people use the Brave browser, which is a great browser. I use it. So I'm hoping that this video helps you see the potential in investing and getting involved in the cryptocurrency space, because there are so many people like myself who have done extremely well in the space. We've had to ride out this bear market, but we're back to the bulls. And even though we're seeing this little dip here in the market that's starting to freak some people out that don't really seem to understand the actual market cycle and what's expected and so forth, don't let it fool you. This is buyer's territory. This is an opportunity for you to get involved, educate yourself. You can put a little money on the line or a lot of money on the line and get invested in some worthwhile projects and get yourself in the know. And I think that now is definitely going to be the time. Even if Bitcoin were to hit $7,000, one thing that you can count on is when the price action is ready to bounce, you're going to see it bounce like this, because that is what is commonly known. That's what's expected. Well, maybe not on a weekly chart, but when the price bounces, this is kind of the thing that happens. I mean, it gets parabolic quick. I think the original bull run, like the big parabolic run up, that's December 2017. That's September. This is September. So from September to October, cryptocurrency or Bitcoin alone went from $562 to $20,000. I don't know what else to say to you. If you like this video, you appreciate it, like it, subscribe. I'm doing a lot of individualized altcoin price predictions where I'm calculating a lot of different things. They're in a playlist. It'll probably pop up at the end of this video. Check them out. I have a playlist that is all about newcomers. I have videos about crypto security, applications, different things you can use to help protect yourself. the whole nine. I'm here to help. Stick around with me as we move into this bull market, and hopefully I help you change your life for the better. And I'll see you again soon. Grow your coins, folks. Thanks for joining me.